Hello, my name is 𝐊𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 and I would like to present to you in 20 minutes the webinar that is going to be held tomorrow for more than an hour called How to Rule Reality in Conflict. And I'm just willing to start sharing more information about how to rule your reality in conflict. So the webinar is going to be held on 17th of August to 2022. It's Wednesday, 9 p.m. London time. So let's go to the next slide now. Okay, I'm a ruling reality coach, and what I'm interested in is how we people are interacting with reality and what is actually happening during this period of time. And based on this, I'm presenting to you this webinar, How to Rule Your Reality and Conflict, and why it's so important to understand more about this. This is a small presentation about conflict in a glimpse, and the problem with conflict is that we all ignore that conflicts exist, or are afraid of them, or are trying to avoid them. But anyhow, there is origin of conflict, and also we need to understand our positioning as border zone creatures. We are always in the middle of at least two different forces, and we are able to feel the conflicts all the time in our presence. You are going to understand more about the two tendencies of conflict resolution and how love is actually the transmutating power that we are using in the conflict. So the origin of conflict is very well able to be presented with the following structure. In the beginning, we know that if there is a creation, if we are here now, there should be a beginning. But if there is a beginning, there should be also an end. So the conflict originates from the creation itself. If there is a creation, immediately we understand that there is a destruction also. And also, from the moment we become conscious beings, we are experiencing life, we understand what life is, and we understand also that life coexists with death. And in order this conflict to have a long-term resolution and long-term, we not to live in a reality of conflict if there is a creator, and in order creator to be able to create, allowing of destruction is necessary, and the only possibility for a long-term solution is this conflicts to stop to exist, and an impossible solution to be presented to humanity. And according to me, it is a very well positioning here for the love and what love is doing with these conflicts that anyhow exist in our reality. As a border zone creatures, we are put in the middle, and every day we are choosing between good and evil, and we have several options. Or we need to accept that life exists because of the borders that are created, and be a warrior, but a warrior of what we are going to understand later, because it's not only important just to stay of one of the sides. If we stay on the side of the good, or if we stay on the side of the evil, if we are against, it's still not our perfect positioning and alignment as a human beings. So there are four quadrants of reality, and you're going to understand why we need to be present in the following way: nothing to defend, nothing to conquer, nothing to prove, nothing to heal, to repair, and also to learn to actually resist the obliteration of borders, because if borders stop to exist, life is going to stop to exist. Also to learn how to be authentically expressing ourselves. This is the only job we as human beings need to do, to be aligned and to let ourselves to be validated. And we are going to learn long term that in the quadrant 2 of reality, health is coming from the inside out. So these are the 4 quadrants of reality. In the quadrant 1 is where is everything internal, everything that is within ourselves, everything that is invisible for the other people. There is our awareness, perception, consciousness, subconsciousness, dreams, visualizations, memory of experience, pattern recognition, predictability, everything that our mind is doing. Our focus, identity, desires, passions, urges, and will are also there. And in quadrant 2 is everything that is our body, our energy, vibration, our behaviors, our biochemical and physical body functions, everything that we are expressing through the body. And basically from inside of us, through our quadrant 1, then we are influencing our body to start working. And then in quadrant 3 is our collective internal and collective external. The collective internal is everything that is invisible for the physical matter reality, our beliefs, worldviews, religions, walls, orders, value, culture, language, knowledge, concepts, theory, everything that is making us to behave the way we are behaving. And the collective external is much more easy to understand, because this is the universe, the nature, and everything that we as a human beings have impacted upon the nature and the universe. We are calling it civilization, industrialization, technology, and so on. And now we are going to understand why and where are the conflicts in all the 4 areas of reality, in order to long-term understand how to obliterate them. So we cannot see it here on this slide, but actually the most important thing is to learn that in quadrant 1, what is important to understand that there is a conflict there all the time that is going on inside of us, and this is okay, because there is a conflict between what we experience in the external reality and what is inside of us. Through our desire and passion and urges and will, we are constantly needing to decide what we are willing to express, to accept, to resist, and so on and so on, and to put the borders there. So there is a conflict inside of us. There is a conflict that is happening between our inner world and our bodily expression. Also, we are more familiar about the conflicts that there are in our internal collective, and how all of us are trying to prove something in the internal collective. And of course, the most visible part of the conflicts that exists are in the quadrant 4, the external collective, where all of us are fighting for the money, fighting for the resources, fighting for the territories. We call it war, and a lot of other things. But the important thing is to understand how to actually live in this reality in conflict, and how to long-term go into resolution. So there are the 2 primary tendencies: to obliterate borders or to clarify distinctions. So one of the tendency is, if we just remove the borders between good and evil, if we just create such a reality that there is no borders, then there is maybe not going to be conflicts. But 100% long term, this is not possible, because this is how the way reality is created, and life is possible to be experienced only because these borders exist. So the other tendency is only if we clarify the distinctions and really have a very big wall between everything that is happening, between good and evil and so on, then still it is not enough for us as human beings to be able to work with conflicts, because then we are really starting to take sides and to fight with each other. So let's see now. Love is the transmuting weapon that is very strongly important, because it is the only thing that is possible to help us in reality to transmute conflicts. Fate is the substance that is materializing nothingness. Hope is the thing that is making the possible what is not now, because we can always find a new way inside of us. So this is it for now. Thank you for watching. I was just trying to make this broadcast in order to see and to feel how actually you are going to make and have this experience on the webinar that is going to be tomorrow. Bye-bye.